This is your captain speaking. I'd like to take a moment to announce we have a bit of a celebrity on board. If you'll look down the center aisle, you'll see our lead flight attendant, Julia. It's her birthday today, so a few details about Julia. Her favorite color is skin. She has a tattoo of a lily pad on her inner thigh, and she loves grabbing nuts. For you folks, happy birthday, Julia, and enjoy your flight.
From Bad Monkey Studios in beautiful Amish country, heard throughout these fabulous United States and around the globe on the World Wide Web, this is the B Team with Cory and Jim. Yes, this is the B Team with Cory and Jim. I am Jim. I'm flying solo today. Cory's not in the studio with us. Unfortunately, he had a death in the family. Specifically, his wife's grandmother has passed away. So my family and the staff at Bad Monkey Studios just pass on our thoughts and condolences to Maddie and baby Cam and her entire family. And we're with you in thought and prayer. Cory will be back with us next week. Today's show, we're going to go a little backward in order because, I'm in charge today. And this will drive Cory nuts when he finds out about it. But I'm going to do emails first. Believe it or not, I'm challenging your authority, Cory. As usual, I pick out 3 of our best emails, sometimes 3 of our only emails. I encourage you to email us at point19productions@gmail.com to get an email to us. You just say hi or tell us a funny story or give us a guest that you'd like to hear us talk to, and we'll see what we can do for you. Our first email comes from G. Willikers. She or he says, "Love the show. Thought it was awesome to hear Lou Ferrigno mention you guys during an interview. Have you guys had a chance to meet him yet?" Yes, that was awesome. Not yes, we got a chance to meet him. We've not got a chance to meet him yet. But yes, it was awesome that he said our name during an interview he was having with a friend of our show, Kim Denny. And Kim sent that on to us, and it was just awesome. I don't think I slept for 2 or 3 days after that. Really exciting. Huge Lou Ferrigno fan, and it was awesome just to hear him say my name and the name of the show. And, of course, I played it for anybody and everybody who did or even did not want to hear it. Our next email is from Woe Begone. Woe Begone says, "Hi, guys. I love the show about marketing to women. I think you're right. They don't need to paint something pink to make women buy it. If they make a lighter, matte black gun, we women would buy it too. We usually like the same stuff as guys, except boobs. What's with the boobs? You can look at mine anytime you want. And you know what, Woe Begone? Even with the high chance that you are a 58-year-old obese male emailing us from your basement, I'm going to take you up on that. If you want to send us photos, go ahead and send those in. Same email address that you emailed us on here. We'll take a look. But you're right. Women generally do. My wife, she shoots, and she likes the same stuff us guys like. We like our matte black, tactical, fancy phallic symbols, and she does too. She likes those. If they had lighter, they just need to make them lighter and all that. They don't need to paint them pink or anything. So I agree with you, Woe Begone. Soul and Soul SRV sent this email. It says, "I wanted to pass on a story I've heard about SRV. Apparently, there was an 8-year-old cancer patient somewhere in Texas who was a huge fan of SRV. His dying wish was to meet Stevie Ray, so Stevie met with him, and they laughed and talked for about 3 hours in the hospital. They played around on Stevie's guitar. Stevie gave that boy his favorite hat. I think the emailer means the one that you used to see Stevie wear, the black one with the little concho or gancho things on it. Apparently that boy was buried with that hat 3 weeks later after meeting Stevie. The emailer says Stevie had an unbelievable soul and was really funny. It doesn't say how the emailer knows Stevie or if this is just a story that this emailer heard, but somehow she or he knows that Stevie Ray was funny and had a great soul. So that's a good story. But like anything else, you don't, it's on the internet. You don't know if it's true, that sort of thing. I don't know where the story came from, but I would like to think it's true. I'm a huge fan of Stevie Ray Vaughan. We talk about him every show. We have a segment that Cory usually does concerning Stevie Ray. Next thing I would like to talk about is we had ourselves a little Amish party here in Ohio, in Millersburg specifically, in their Amish community, which, if you knew where I was at, a really strong person, like a crazy strong person, could almost throw a rock and hit Millersburg from our studio. And so this is like the same sect of Amish that we have here, but they apparently had a big party a couple weeks ago, and 75 people were arrested for underage drinking at that party. Since then, I have gotten emails about and texts from people about the Amish community and asking questions. And when Cory comes back, we will do a specific Amish show, but I'll just tell you a few things that I know about the Amish here. And it does seem like we beat on them a little bit, always lightheartedly. And I can tell you this, that the Amish we have in my particular neighborhood, they're the shirt off their back kind of people, anything they can do to help you out. They definitely know the value of $1. That's one of my biggest things that I tell people. If you're coming from New York or New Hampshire or California because you think you're going to get over on the Amish on the price of a grandfather's clock, you're not. You're not going to. They know the value of $1. They know what that wood is worth. They know what their craftsmanship is worth. So just remember that when you come to Amish country, thinking you're going to get over on these backwards Amish people. And most of them do have cell phones, iPods, iPads. So dozens of people were arrested in Millersburg, Ohio on suspicion of underage drinking over the weekend after authorities responded to a party that was expected to draw hundreds of Amish youth, according to the Daily Record. The joint raid occurred at a huge field along County Road 400 in Hardy Township, where the party took place. More than 40 officers from various law enforcement agencies in several counties arrested about 75 people, according to the newspaper. The arrestees included both adults and juveniles. 2 people were hospitalized for alcohol-related symptoms, and several were booked on charges of resisting arrest. The Holmes County Sheriff's Office had initially received calls from concerned parents warning of a massive party expected to draw more than 1,000 young Amish revelers from Ohio and neighboring states. The Amish are a traditionalist sect of Christianity who reject modern technology and conveniences. The Amish have sizable communities in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana. And again, incorrectly, it's reported that they reject modern technology. That's not true. They use it. It's necessary to most of their professions. Some of these Amish are builders, and they use CAD machines and everything else, and computers. It's just necessary these days to do that, to meet codes and everything else when they're building. They have to have these modern things. The thing is, with the Amish, there's none of the, hey, look at me involved. That's the most important thing to me. That's the most important thing to them, is that they cannot come off to people as they're showing off or saying, "Hey, look at me," that sort of thing. They do stay off the grid. They stay off the electric grid. But again, they will use modern technology as part of their business, and they can own and maintain that modern technology, I guess, as long as it's not in their name. But as I've said, our Amish here in my particular community, they're all nice folks. They would help me with anything I needed help with, especially any type of building project or anything like that. Now, the thing in our Amish community that annoys me the most is their roadway activities. Some have those little bags that they somehow hook up behind their horse. When the horse craps, it falls into the bag somehow. Others, they don't. It's all over the roads. If you're a bicycle rider like my wife is, you go up and down our roads and you're just running over road apples all day long. So there's that, and that's just a minor annoyance. And the fact of the buggies, they're all black. And you come across a buggy on a nice dark night when it's raining. There are no lamp posts out here, no street lights is what I'm trying to say out here. So you come across a wet black buggy during the rain in the middle of the night. That can get your heart started. Start that plaque flowing a little bit. So that's just a couple of the complaints I have. It's all really roadway related. And don't be fooled. They're a community like any other. Their kids grow their share of dope. There's drinking issues, gambling, believe it or not. So they have all that, just like other communities. It's just not as in your face as in the city. Well, it sounds like our special guest is here today. I'm really excited about it. Apparently, Dusty Ace is coming in for an interview. It'll be the first time we've interviewed him here at Bad Monkey Studios, and I'm a little bit excited about it. And we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, hopefully, Dusty will be in studio with us. We'll be right back. Hey B-Teamers, this is Jim, letting you know that our quality, all-cotton, pre-shrunk tagless tee is now available in our store. From the beach to the boardroom, nothing says, "Hey, look at me, I'm adequate," like a B-Team with Cory and Jim t-shirt. So go to our website at point19productions.com and get you some. O'Brien Medicine. When you care about people, you create relationships, trust, and loyalty that no amount of money can buy. When you care about people, you are truly making a difference in their lives. Better health and wellness through medical and alternative treatments makes our patients' lives better. O'Brien Medicine, offering same-day appointments and flexible scheduling to meet your needs. O'Brien Medicine, tailored treatment options including nutrition, exercise, and medical interventions. Find out more at o'brienmedicine.com or call 614-344-7601. O'Brien Medicine, home of the same-day appointment.
If I was able to bear children, I'd let Cory and Jim try to tame this filly.
And we're back. We're lucky enough to have Dusty Ace in the studio. Dusty, how you been?
Hell, I'm all right, man. Good to be here. Dang, man, this is all nice. You got this pretty nice down here, Jimmy.
Thank you, sir. We try. Cory's not here today.
What's up with that dude? What's going on?
Well, he had a loss in his family. They had a death in the family, so He's going to be out for just a few days, but hopefully we'll have him back next week.
Oh, man, I wanted to meet that fucker. You sound like good people.
He is good people. But I'm glad to have you in the studio today. I haven't seen you in a little while.
Go ahead, man. You wanted to say I haven't seen you in a stretch. I knew it. Killing me with that.
Well, let's just call it what it is. You've done a stretch in the penitentiary.
Yeah, man. Hell, in jail, man. Just say jail.
Yep, you've been in jail. So, where you've spent a little time since I've known you. I guess we should tell people how we met, how we got to know each other.
Well, yeah, we can do that, I guess.
Good.
We met at the Our Lady of Remorse Church.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't? That ain't right.
No, man, that's not right. Sorry. You and I go way back to, the early 90s, 90, 91 specifically. We did a little time over in the sand, playing in the sand in Saudi and that kind of place. And that's where I first met the famous Dusty Ace.
Well, infamous now, man, I guess. Hell, I don't know. We just took different paths, man.
Well, I guess so. Now I do remember, and I don't want you to get angry with me, but I do remember that you always seemed a little touchy, your fuse was a little short, I guess I'll say.
Well, man, yeah, let me ask you this, man. You ever been so angry that you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker? That's how angry I am all the time.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But you don't seem that way around me. My family loves you.
Oh, man, your family's the best. Them boys are the best, man. They're a lot of fun. Hannah, always making, man, these cookies, man. I'm going to get fat. I stay here 2 or 3 days. I'm going to get fat.
Well, nobody said anything about you staying here 2 or 3 days.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody said that, Dusty.
Man.
And you're a biker.
Well, yeah, I'm a biker. I'm in actually a couple clubs. Some you might not know of. I'm not going to mention names on this. What the hell is this?
It's a podcast.
Yeah, on your podcast. I'm not going to say much about that, but yeah, man, I've ridden from the Atlantic across the U.S. to the other one.
The other ocean.
Yeah, the other ocean. So yeah, I ride a little bit.
Well, let's go back to when we first met. We were on the same team over there. We were in the military. We won't make it sound too cloak and dagger for people, but we were in the military.
I remember once you gathered us all up and said the never leave a man behind motto was bullshit, and that you'd gladly leave our slow asses if you made it to extract first. That's when I said, damn, I like this guy.
I don't remember that exact thing, but hey, do you like Pepsi Max? Have you some there?
No, I don't know that I've had it, man, but I brought my own.
Whoa. Now that right there is what they call a flask, people.
Yeah, man, I got to keep it wet.
Man, that's refreshing. Well, the reason I always like to talk to you, not just because we're friends, but because you have the very best prison stories of anybody.
Oh, hell, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but it's just my favorite thing is just to buy you a cold adult beverage and then just sit back and listen to you tell stories. That's my favorite thing.
Well, I'll tell you a few things. You want to hear some stuff? I ain't got nothing going on.
All right, great, man. Just light it up.
Well, one time we were in the pod having lunch. I saw a dude up on the 3rd floor climb over the railing and yell something. I said, what the fuck? Everybody looked up just in time to see dude jump.
What?
He landed on his head and neck and started gurgling. We all just said, damn, that sucks. And we went back to eating our Fruit Loops.
I mean, that's not funny. See, that's what I mean. Not all of your stories are funny. It's just the way you tell them, man. That's good stuff.
I was in a county jail once and was watching the news. The story was about a dude that stabbed 3 people in his family. He was sitting right beside me. We just looked at each other for a second, and I went back to eating. That was it.
So you were in the same cell as the guy you were watching on TV.
Yeah, man, sometimes that's just the way it works. They get to jail before the news trucks get there.
That's crazy. I want to talk about this. Everybody talks about it, and you do too. Sex in prison.
Sure, there's sex in prison, but that's not the sickest shit going on. When a new meth head comes in, that's when things get sick, man. Other meth heads will go lick any sores that the new meth head has on him because the chemical leaks out all over. That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah, that's sick. You got that right. So the meth head, a new meth head comes into jail. The other meth heads that are in jail seek this guy out and just lick any of the sores that he has on him because the chemical in methamphetamine leaks out through his blood.
Yeah, man, that's how that works. Hell yeah. That's a real thing, man. It's not like out here in cozy land. I remember my first time in jail. We were watching a horror movie. The killer snuck up behind a girl and slit her throat. The guy sitting next to me said, "That's not what it looks like." And man, I knew I was in the deep shit then, man.
Again, not funny, but hilarious. That is unreal.
Well, something that I saw that was just shitty, man. And you see a lot of stuff like this. See a lot of things happening in there. Just ain't right. Something I did see was a dude who'd spent 27 years inside and was about to be released after DNA proved him innocent. He is killed by an 18-year-old kid.
Man, that is unbelievable.
The Aryans just want him to be made an example of. So a kid now that was just doing 6 months is doing life, and a man that was doing life died. All for some gang bullshit. This guy wasn't even guilty of what he was in there for. You see shit like that all the time, man, in the system. I was in county once, and a guy in the next cell committed suicide by slicing his own throat with a broken writing pen. I saw blood coming out of the bottom of his cell door. I didn't tell anybody. Shit, you don't tell anybody that stuff when you see it in there. You don't say nothing.
Man, that is unreal. So you just keep to yourself, keep your mouth shut, no matter what you see.
Yeah, man, I see shit all the time. I mean, that's the only place you can go where you see a dude sitting on the toilet, shitting, and another dude 3 feet away from him at a sink making ramen noodles, man. Where else you gonna see that but in lockup? I remember once, there was an HIV positive prisoner that would put his blood on little arrows that were shot at the guards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. Little pieces of paper.
Yeah. The bow and arrows were made out of newspapers that were petrified with toilet water. What they do is they take, some paper and they would put it in the toilet water. You know, you can get newspaper anywhere in there, any kind of writing paper. Put it in the toilet water, fold it all up real tight, and then that will dry up. And man, you can cut somebody with that. But that's what he made, and then this HIV positive dude was lighting up the guards, man, with little arrows. He made a little bow, shooting arrows at the guards, man. Happens all the time.
Man, that's sick. You're right. That is sick stuff.
You know, there are dudes in jail that get sexually aroused when they're restrained.
You mean like when they have handcuffs on, that sort of thing?
Yeah, man, they'll masturbate for hours after they take off the cuffs. That's what people don't know. They just think this prisoner is going off because he's crazy or because he's just mean or some shit. These guys will try to get handcuffed, get manhandled because they get off on it for real.
Okay, now that is sick. If I worked in a jail or a prison or something, that story right there would be enough to make me go, you know what? I'm not going to put handcuffs on anybody or putting my hands on anybody ever.
No, man. I was on a bus transport from jail to prison once. When we got to the prison, the strip searches started. I remember a huge black dude saying, "My chick don't get to see my asshole. Why should you?" That was the funniest thing that I ever saw.
Oh, man.
Another funny thing I remember seeing was, I got arrested on Halloween last year. and was placed in a holding cell. There was a drunk guy in there passed out. There was a bunch of us in there. So another dude teabagged the guy that was passed out. He said, "Welcome to jail, motherfucker."
Dang. Wow. What? That is insane. These are horrible things. Why are they so funny?
Why are they so? Because it's life, man. Because this is what it is. It's just what it is, man. Don't go to jail, kids.
You sound like a public service announcement.
Yeah, now you know, motherfucker. But I gotta say, of all the sick shit, the sickest of all is them dudes that camo up. You know what that is?
No, man, I don't know what camo up is.
Well, they rub shit all over the face. And that's just sick.
What? Come on. They rub feces all over their face. Is it their own or somebody else?
It's always their own. Always their own.
So they rub feces all over their face and just walk around with that? And they're allowed to walk around with that?
No, hell no, man. COs don't care. They usually just walk around with their eyes closed and then they'll open their eyes real big and go, boo! Like that. I don't know what the hell that means, but they do it, those guys that camo up. It's a different world in there, man. Ain't like nothing you know.
Well, you're not lying. That is different, Dusty. That is different. Well, listen, man, I know you got to roll out of here. You can only do a few minutes with us, but it was really good seeing you. I hope you keep it safe out there, and you give me a call anytime you need me.
You know I will, man. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Oh, and he is... Yep, Dusty's gone. Dusty's done talking, so Dusty gets up, and he's gone. Man. A little bit of the Pepsi Max. Well, folks, when you're flying solo and it's all on you and you haven't put enough material together, this is what you get. You get yourself an abbreviated show. So we wish Maddie and Cory and their whole family the very best. And I want to thank our special guest, Dusty Ace, for coming in and talking to us. He's one of my favorite guys. Just makes horrible decisions on occasion. And all I ask you to do is love somebody. Hey B-Teamers, this is Jim, letting you know that our quality all-cotton pre-shrunk tagless tee is now available in our store. From the beach to the boardroom, nothing says, "Hey, look at me, I'm adequate," like a B-Team with Cory and Jim t-shirt. So go to point19productions.com and get you some.